This was brought to my attention within a few days ago, within 72 hours ago. And I finally checked it out, on my break tonight, and it was definitely worth it. I don't know how big this has gotten, but I need to try to spread it more. Now this is it says NASA proves the Bible is true, the missing day, and it happened. Well, this post is old as Monday, November 23rd, 2015. So it's old, but I'm just hearing about it, and it's still good for a lot of people who don't know to know about it. Even that, you'll see. I don't even want to get into it yet, but you'll see. All right, so here we go. It says, for all you scientists out there and for all the students who have had a hard time convincing these people regarding the truth of the Bible, here is something that illustrates God's awesome creation and shows He is still in control. Did you know that NASA space programmers are busy proving that has been called myth in the Bible is true? Mr. Harold Hill, president of the Curtiss Engine Company in Baltimore and a consultant in the space programmers, relates the following incident. One of the most amazing things that God has for us today happened recently to our, I was going to say something else, but astronauts and space scientists at Greenbelt, Maryland. They were checking out the positions of the sun, moon, and planets. Did I say that right? Sun, moon, and planets. Yeah, they were checking. Let me read it all over again because it won't even sound right if I keep going. They were checking out the positions of the sun, moon, and planets out in space where they would be 100 and 1,000 years from now. We have to know this as we do not want a satellite to collide with any of these in its orbits. We have to lay out the orbits in terms of the life of the satellite and the planets, and where the planets will be, so the whole project will not bog down. Computer measurements and data were run back and forth over the centuries when suddenly it came to a halt. Now, when I first did this recording, right after I said halt, my voice, I couldn't, for something shut my voice down. All you could see was the screen, and after a while you'll see this, like I was reading and going down, but you couldn't hear me anymore for a few minutes. I think it was something supernatural that shut me down, trying to slow me down, but okay, here we go. So, I'm going to start from computer again. Computer measurements and data were run back and forth over the centuries when suddenly it came to a halt, displaying a red signal, which meant that either there was something wrong with the information fed into it or with the results as compared to the standards. They called in the service department to check it out, and the technicians asked what was wrong. The scientists had discovered that somewhere in space, in elapsed time, a day was missing. Nobody seemed able to come up with a solution to the problem. Finally, one of the team, a Christian, said, "You know, when I was still in Sunday school, they spoke about the sun standing still. While his colleagues didn't believe him, they did not have an answer either. So they said, 'Show us.' He got a Bible and opened it at the book of Joshua, where they found a pretty ridiculous statement for anyone with common sense." Oh, yeah, that's the video, but we don't need that. You can watch that anytime. Is not this written in the book of Jasher? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven and hastened not to go down about a whole day. Joshua 10:13. Let me get this out of my way real quick. Well, I'll show that at the end. Never mind. All right. The astronauts and scientists said there is a missing day. There is the missing day. They checked the computers going back into the time it was written and found it. I need to read that again, just so y'all get that. They checked the computers going back into the time it was written and found it, but it was not close enough. The elapsed time was missing back in Joshua's day. That was missing back in Joshua's day was 23 hours and 20 minutes, not a whole day. They read the Bible again, and there it was, about approximately a day. These little words in the Bible were important, but they were still in trouble because another 40 minutes were still unaccounted for. This could mean trouble 1,000 years from now. 40 minutes had to be found because it can be multiplied many times over in orbits. As the Christian employee thought about it, he remembered somewhere in the Bible which said the sun went backwards. So when I read that, I was like, I had a face palm, and I was like kind of smiling, maybe chuckling quietly. And I was thinking that this was amazing. I think that's how it went for me. But here we go. Sun went backwards. The scientists told him he was out of his mind. But once again, they opened the book and read these words. In 2 Kings, Hezekiah, on his deathbed, was visited by the prophet Isaiah, who told him he was not going to die. Hezekiah asked for some sign as proof. Isaiah said, "Shall the sun go forward 10 degrees or go backward 10 degrees?" And Hezekiah answered, "It is a light thing for the shadow to go down 10 degrees. Nay, but let the shadow return backwards 10 degrees." And Isaiah the prophet cried unto the Lord, and he brought the shadow 10 degrees backward, by which it had gone down in the dial of Ahaz. 2 Kings 29:11. Oddly, 9:11. 10 degrees is exactly 40 minutes, 23 hours and 20 minutes in Joshua, plus 40 minutes in 2 Kings accounted for the missing day in the universe. And that's the end of it. So I just want to read that because this needs to get more recognition, because this is a miracle in our time. A lot of people don't believe in miracles in the Bible and God, and so this could possibly change some people and wake them up. They believe in science, though. People can easily experiment and go, "Oh, okay, science works." Stay with science, not with God and the Bible and angels and demons and the spiritual, unseen, invisible things. So I wanted to bring this out, and I will try to promote this and get this spread more. It's old, but it's new to me. I just found out about it not even an hour ago. So spread this if you even find it and want to spread it or feel the need, however it goes for you. I'm gonna get it out if I can, because it got to be known. For the Kemites, Egyptians, and all these other people and religions and groups trying to disprove the Bible, basically the devil and his little army, they're trying to disprove this whole thing and take a lot of people to hell. And if this right here and other things, there's a lot of other things that's proving the existence of the supernatural, invisible world and, God and all that. So if you are a true servant of God, this could be a part of your work to try to wake up souls. So share the video. All right. Try to wake some people up with that, because it need to be shared, in my opinion. So that's why I read it, and I just want to show y'all these verses. This is Joshua 10:13. Let me get this out the way, just so y'all can see it really did come from the Bible. It says, "And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed, until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is not this written in the book of Jasher? ? Nobody can answer that if they haven't read the book of Jasher and found that. And then it says, so the sun stood still in the midst of heaven and hasted not to go down about a whole day. And the same thing, for 2 Kings 9 through 11. They probably didn't quote all of it, but it's here. Check it out. And if y'all want to post more truth, Wake Up People, we have a group on Facebook, Uncovering the Truth. Join it. Help wake people up. We're trying to wake them up in many different ways. And this is how I found out about this. Someone I know, he kept on me about it. He was like, man, did you check it out? Did you check it out? And I'm like, nah, man, I've been busy. So I finally did. I'm glad I did. It was worth it. Well worth it. So, all right.